Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone all over the world. This is the UC News. I'm your news anchor for today, Dale Brian D. Hernani. Breaking news. Europe is the second smallest continent in size, but the third largest in population. The European continent houses 50 countries. Of the European countries, 27 nations belong to the European Union, EU, which is a political and economic union. The European continent is located completely in the Northern Hemisphere, and mainly in the Eastern Hemisphere. Europe borders into the Arctic Ocean in the north, the Atlantic Ocean in the west, and the Mediterranean Sea in the south. There are 50 countries in Europe with a total of more than 742 million people living on the continent. Of these 50 countries, only 44 have their capital city on the European continent. Speaking of countries, Fitzgerald Mamakos will give us information about the largest country in Europe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hernane. Europe has three largest countries. These are Russia, Ukraine, and France. Russia is considered as the first largest country in Europe since it occupies 17,098,242 km square, and Russia spans the northern part of the Eurasian continent. European Russia occupies 40% of the total area of Europe. The second largest country in Europe is Ukraine, which borders it to the east and northeast. Ukraine covers 603,500 km square with a population of about 40 million. And the third largest country is France, which covers 551,695 km square, and France is the largest in the European Union. Back to you, Mr. Hernane.
Thank you for that information, Fitzgerald Mamakos. And now, a city is a large human settlement, and there are a bunch of cities inside a country. Now, let us get John Fred Nemenyo to tell us about the largest capital city in Europe.
The largest capital city, Moscow. So Moscow is the Russian capital, houses more than millions inhabitants with the city limits. St. Petersburg is the Russian's second largest city with 5.3 million inhabitants. So Moscow is the largest and the second entirely in the European continent. The city stands for the Moskva River in the central Russia, with a population estimated of 12.4 million residents with the city limits, and over 17 million residents in an urban area, and over 20 million residents in a metropolitan area. So this is John Fred Nemenyo reporting. So back to you, Hernani.
Thank you, John Fred Nemenyo. And now, speaking of city, it is reported that the smallest city in the world is located in Europe. Can you tell us about that, Giancarlo Friola?
The smallest city in Europe is Vatican City. It is the smallest country in Europe, not only in Europe but also in the whole world. The city-state, an enclave within Italy, it is the smallest country both by population and by size. Back to you, Hernane.
Thank you very much, Giancarlo Friola. And now, there are only a few islands in Europe. In fact, there are only 5 islands in Europe. Can you tell us about the biggest island in Europe, Kirsten Philip Lapera?
Hi guys, thank you very much, Mr. Hernane. So, the biggest island. So, Greenland. So, Greenland is the largest island which belongs to the Europe. And it is commonly referred to the largest island in the world. So, the biggest island in Europe is the Great Britain or UK. So, back to you, Hernani.
Thank you, Kirsten Philip Lapera. Towns are rather small most of the time. But what is this town that Andre Miguel Maglungsod will be reporting about?
Ham in Croatia is the smallest town not only in Europe but in the world. Ham is a symbol of architecture and medieval culture, and the entire town can rightfully be considered a monument in and of itself. Legend says that Ham was made from the stone that was built left over from the towns and that giants had built in the valley of Mirna River. Back to you, Hernani.
Thank you for that, Andre Miguel Maglungsod. Among other 7 continents, Europe is the 3rd largest in terms of population. But what is the most populous city in Europe? Let's find out with Nolven Gascon.
On today's short report, we must know what is the most populous city in Europe. Now, first of all, Istanbul is the biggest city that being located in Turkey, where it is commonly referred as Europe's largest city. However, this city, which is Istanbul, is located in 2 continents, where it is western and eastern part. Western part belongs to Europe, while the eastern part belongs to Asian continent. But however, the most populous city that being located in entire Europe, which is Moscow. And that's all. Thank you, and back to you, Hernane.
Thank you for that, Nolven Gascon. Speaking of which, here is Romulo Negre Jr. to tell us about the most populated country in Europe.
So, the Europe most populated country is the Monaco. The principality bordering the Mediterranean is the most densely populated country in the world, and it is also known as the billionaire's playground. Thank you. Back to you, Hernani.
Thank you for that, Romulo Negre Jr. As we all know, 71% of Earth is covered in water, but there are countries that don't have seaports or coastlines at all. And the most landlocked country in Europe will be reported by Jean-Patrick Gabiana.
Largest landlocked country, Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in Europe and the entire world. 18 million people live in Kazakhstan, which is among the 10 biggest countries in the world. So, what is landlocked? Landlocked countries in Europe do not have access to the ocean and share natural borders with other countries. So that is what landlocked means.
Thank you for that, Jean-Patrick Gabiana. But everyone watching at home, please don't go yet, because we have a special guest. His name is John Edward Molina, and he is here to discuss about the culture of Europe.
Thank you, Hernani, and this is John Edward. Let's talk about Europe. Europe's people is well known for having the highest population density among the world. Although China is well known for having the highest population, Europe has the most number of people living in per square kilometer. Languages. In Europe, they are well known for using 5 main languages, which is Russian, German, French, English, Turkish, and Italian. And for natural resources, Europe is well known for having zinc and silver. However, they do have minerals such as copper, iron ore, and coal. They also have natural gases and oils. However, on an agricultural aspect, they're well known for growing wheat, potatoes, olives, grapes, and oranges. Among the top 10 most tourist spots destination visited in the world, top 5 of them, or 5 of them, are in Europe. Number 1 in them is France, mostly well known for having the Eiffel Tower. In France, there is around 90 million tourist arrivals per year. Now let's discuss about the 5 most visited sites in Europe, and these are the Tower of London, the Eiffel Tower in France, Neuschwanstein Castle in Russia, Alhambra in Spain, Kremlin in Russia, Acropolis in Greece, Colosseum in Rome.
Thank you very much, John Edward Molina, for giving us your information and knowledge about the culture of Europe. Once again, I'm Del Brian D. Hernani, your news anchor for today. I hope everyone will stay safe and stay healthy. God bless. Thank you.